Hey sister, this is Dr. Karen Osborne. Listen, a really quick message before we get to the episode today. I want you to consider possibility of being part of a sisterhood of women just like you that want more connection and passion within their marriage, want a deeper connection with their children, that want more within their business and their bank account, want a healthier and lean body, and want to clearly know their purpose. See, this is what my Women Wanting More live events are all about. Being part of a sisterhood of women, 2.5 days of going deep on all of these things and coming out the other end knowing clearly what you want, why it matters, and the tools to actually put that shit into action. So if this is something that's speaking to you right now, I want you to head over to drkarenosborne.com, click on the Coach With Me button, and we will start the application process to see if you're fit for my next live event. Enjoy the episode, sister. Love and appreciate you.
Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So what does it mean to show up powerfully in the world? And what is the difference between someone who is powerful and someone who is non-powerful? So think of a person that you know. It could be someone you know personally, someone in your family, friend. Could be a celebrity, could be an actor, could be a musician, could be a politician. That person that you just feel like they're just magnetic. There's a way that they carry themselves. There's a way that they move throughout the world. There's a way that they actually speak and use language. Powerful, right? You see that person, you go, powerful. Now, let me just take a little bit of a side note. Powerful is not yelling to get what you want. It is not demeaning people. It is not hurting people. So I know for some of you listening, you're already spinning a story what it means to be powerful. You think that means like domineering, mean, cruel, like you'll squash other people to get to where you want. That's not powerful. Powerful is a way of being. It's a way of life. It's a way that you really live in that powerful place. So there's a distinct difference. Now here's one that I want to share with you right now. If someone is not powerful, or we'll say non-powerful, as my coach would explain this, then force is required, right? Force is required to get things happen. Force can be done with words. Force can be done by saying, if you don't do this, then this will happen. And listen, I'm not saying that force isn't required to get things that you want at times. I mean, I've certainly pulled the thing of consequences with my 2 sons, and it works for me, right? What doesn't work for me is yelling. Believe me, I still go there on some days. So force meaning that, something will happen to you, threaten somebody to get what you want. That's a non-powerful action. So if you don't have power, you require force to get what you want. Let me repeat that, because this is important to understand. If you don't possess real power, you have to use force to get what you want. Powerful people don't require that. They don't require force to get the things they want. They get the things they want to create the life that they have because of who they are, which is powerful. So let's talk about what are the types of things that a powerful person will say. Well, let's actually maybe start with the distinction of what are non-powerful things to say, and I'll give you an example. So yesterday, I got a text from sweet woman that I know, young woman that I know, who's coming to watch our kids this weekend. She used to work for us. Awesome girl. And I had mentioned to her about, because we're going to pay her for coming up. We're actually flying her from Alberta to watch our kids this weekend as my husband and I speak at and run his TCP live event in Vancouver. And so she's come to watch her kids. So when I offered to send the money that we're paying her for this, like to send an e-transfer right now, her response was something kind of like, well, if it's not too much trouble, if you're sure it's okay, like if not, I understand. It was non-powerful, right? I was happy to send her that money early because she had said that they were kind of tight. I said, no problem. How about I send you the money now? I'm happy to do it for you. I appreciate you. And her response was very, again, non-powerful. Well, if you could, it's okay. If you don't, like, I understand. And so I just went, non-powerful. Receive it with power. Thank you. I would appreciate that. Power, right? Power can be in the way that you actually give, but it can be the way that you receive as well, too. Non-powerful is things where you just really, you downplay, good morning, you downplay who you are, the power that you have, the greatness that you have inside of you, the things that you want. So words like, maybe I could do that, possibly, if you don't mind, could you, it's just this little thing that I do. When people give you a compliment, it'll be like, well, you know, it's really no big deal. I must have just been lucky that day. Non-powerful. Powerful people say things like, I can. I will do that. Powerful people do what they say that they're going to do. They follow through. They make and keep agreements. They commit. And if something happens and they can't commit, they clean it up. Meaning they let that person know that they can't commit. They no longer want to commit. They're honest. They don't hide. Non-powerful people will hide. Non-powerful people will not confront and will instead send information through a Facebook message or a text, when really it's one of those things that should be done face-to-face or over the phone. You know what I'm talking about, right? A breakup, something that's really important you want to talk to somebody about. I mean, imagine if you were having a big challenge with your marriage and you guys just communicated through like Facebook message, text. Not cool, right? Email. Powerful people will decide and understand that there are certain conversations that you need to have either face-to-face or at least over the phone. Non-powerful people will hide behind those mechanisms, if you will. They'll go, well, he sent the message, boom. Because it's easy to do something in a message, isn't it? More difficult to speak to someone voice-to-voice over the phone or face-to-face. That's why I always find it so amusing. The haters that I've had in my life that will be very brave. Be very brave, actually, behind that keyboard. Have lots of courage. Lots of, quote, wisdom that they think they need to dispel on me. But they would never say it face-to-face. See, that's a non-powerful action to do it that way. Powerful people, if they choose to give feedback or feel that it's something that's going to be helpful for that person, not for themselves, ask permission. And it doesn't go like this. Well, if it's okay with you, I'd like to give you feedback, and if not, it's all right, it's okay, like I get it, I understand. Non-powerful, right? Powerful would be, do I have permission to give you feedback? Do I have your permission to be honest with you? That's also called making an agreement. I've had a lot of shit go down in our lives over the last 36 hours, my husband and I. And I voxed my coach, Satama, I just said, Satama, do I have your permission to just vent with you right now on this Voxer message, which is like an app for audio. Think of it kind of like a walkie-talkie. Now, I could have just like sent a big long Voxer and just kind of, vomited through it, metaphorically. And like, I just have to get it out. But it's important for me, standing in my power, to ask permission. And so when he walks back saying, I'm here for you. Let it out. Let's hear it. I'm ready. Right? His response was also powerful. So the language that you use can be powerful or not powerful. What will you choose? How about how you move your body? How you move throughout the world? What is your posture like? How do you hold your body? How do you dress? And I'm not saying that you have to have the most expensive, clothes or cars or jewelry. Like, none of that shit matters. It's how you carry yourself, how you put yourself together. Is it powerful? Is it non-powerful? Because whether you want to believe it or not, people will judge you on outside appearance. That's just what it is. That's the truth. So you can say, oh, how I look doesn't matter. But how would you judge someone? Let's say this scenario. Let's say you went to meet with a financial advisor. And so here's financial advisor number one. Put together, maybe suit, or maybe just like jeans and a nice shirt. Well-groomed. Their posture, they hold their the shoulders back. They're wearing clean shoes. Like, they look like they gave a shit before they left their house and then came to work to meet with you. Okay? Scenario number two. The financial advisor shows up late. They make excuses and reasons as to why that they're late. All sorts of stories and victim shit. They look like they literally just crawled out of bed. They're wearing shitty clothes, it's not really ironed. They do not look put together. How is your experience different with financial advisor number one and financial advisor number two? It's dramatic, right? Powerful people present themselves in a way that people pay attention to. That shows that you care. That shows that what you do matters. And even as something as simple as how you dress when you leave the house. So we've talked about the words that we use, language. We've talked about how we show up, our physical appearance. And then let's talk about communication with other people. See, non-powerful people will blame others. Victim. Talk about drama and gossip and stories. Powerful people own their life. Own their shit. Good morning.
Good morning.
Take responsibility for the life that they've created. Even if it is things that they have done that does not bring them where they want. I've had situations that come up with relationships, let me get that out, with other people, that I look back and I go, you know what? I own that. I own that. I tolerated that. I allowed that behavior to happen. I didn't speak up when I should have. I own that. Not like this person and blah, 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 Or maybe I ignored the voice. The voice that was saying, this person, no, it's not good. Danger, danger, stay away, right? We've all had those feelings before, and then something happens and that relationship goes south. You can sit there and you can point blame, and that person can certainly be, held responsible for the things that they've done, but a powerful person goes, again, I own that. I allowed that. I tolerated that. So these are big fucking concepts today, sister, hey, where it's just, again, how do you choose to show up in the world? The way that you show up is what you will get. The way you show up is what you will get. People perceive you differently. Now, here's the thing. This is not, and this does not mean fake it till you feel it. That's not it. I love Gary Vaynerchuk says, don't fake the funk. No, don't fake it till you make it, or fake it till you feel it. That's bullshit. Be real. But be proud of who you are. Know clearly what you want. Know exactly why it matters to you. Do the fucking work that you need to get the things that you want within your life, and show up in your day with power. It is a distinctly different way to live your life. I experienced 2.5 days of massive power, because here's the thing. You can easily flip in and out of it, right? Most of the world does not operate this way. They're going to stay in blame and victimhood and stories because that's easy, that's convenient, that's what most people do. It's harder to get clear on what you want. It's harder to say, this is me, this is on me, my fault, my responsibility, I did this. That takes power to really own that stuff, to really accept the life you have. That is a result of your actions. But guess what? That also means that when you start to create the life that you truly want, and you get the things you want in your life, and that keeps expanding, getting greater and greater and bigger and more as you expand, then you own that shit too, sister. Like you, seriously, like that is amazing. You want to talk about positive feedback? You begin to get clear on what you want and why it's an absolute must in your life. Commit to doing the work that is required to get those things that you want and start to see results with that. You just watch your power grow. You just watch. But it all starts with a decision. It starts with living your life with intention. Are you, as my coach would say, loose with your words? Or do your words matter? Are you frivolous with your agreements? Or do you keep them? You want to be seen as someone who's powerful and show up powerfully? Just do one thing, which is keep your agreements. That's with others, but guess what? That's with yourself first. And in those 2.5 days when I had my live event, was from when I recorded this podcast episode, which was about 4 weeks ago, and was just because it was like, wasn't with kids, was at the hotel, my husband wasn't there, like removed from everything, just kind of in this time warp, which all these women experienced as well then too. I could access that. It was honestly the first time in my life that I felt it consistently throughout the entire time because I knew these women were counting on me. And I wanted them to know that they could count on me, that I was there 1,000% all in to provide them this experience that I took very seriously, that they were traveling away from their family, their husband, their kids, their work. Some traveling across the country or from one country to another. I just had two, let me see, there was one of the 6, there was one Canadian, all 5 were American. Most were traveling from the East Coast. That's a bit of a jaunt to come out to the West Coast here in Canada. That's a lot of travel time. So I knew it was up to me. It was my duty to show up as powerfully as I could for these women. And in doing so and simply deciding, like this was the way I was going to show up, was the most amazing feeling, sister, like freedom. Exactly who you be, 1,000%, no apologies. With my intention from this live event to serve these women, to help them see what they could not see, just like my great coaches have done for me. So here's your more tip for today. Let's kind of break this down into a couple different things. Number one, take a look at the language that you use. Is it powerful or non-powerful? How can you change that? If what you want is to show up as a more powerful person. So what is the language? Number two is, how do you show up in the world? So that is your posture, how you carry yourself, the agreements that you make with other people, how you look. Yeah, again, your appearance matters. It says something. How you show up. Did you make effort? So what is your language? How do you show up in the world? And the last one would just simply be do you want more power within your life, sister? I'm not telling you need to be a certain way or not. Powerful, non-powerful? See, this is not a good, bad, right, wrong at all. It just is. But the beautiful thing is you were given this life. Like, what a gift that it is. I want you to really feel this. This is a gift. A fucking gift. That some people don't have, or has been taken away from them very early in life. Will you choose to show up powerfully and be the person who you were designed to be, of who you want to become, or will you waste it? Will you think that your life doesn't matter, your words don't matter, you are not enough? Bullshit. It really can change as quickly as a decision, sister. A decision. Powerful or non-powerful? Third part of the more tip. How do you want to be in the world? And if the answer to that is, well, more powerful, then you need to ask yourself, this is big question number 4, who do I need to become to show up more powerfully in my life? This beautiful house we live in Victoria, it's about 4 to 5 times the cost of our house when we were in Alberta. So we've been here for about 3.5 months now. We're like, wow, who do we have to become to buy this house? Who do we have to become to, if we can't buy this house, to find a house like it? Because we really like this. So who do you have to become if a more powerful person is what you want? And sister, it's not as complicated as you think. I promise you that. But it's a decision. And the decision becomes clear when you know what it was that you want, why it matters, and commit. Decide to make it happen. So here's what I want you to do right now. I'm going to speak powerfully here to you, as is my intention with every single episode. If you do not currently subscribe to the Women Wanting More newsletter, I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com and do so. You're going to see a few different areas to opt in, and you can be part of the Women Wanting More sisterhood. So you'll get all 3 of these episodes delivered right to your inbox with all the show notes, resources, and links. You'll be part of the VIP access of the sisterhood so that you will get first dibs on my book that's coming out in 2017, all my next live events that are coming up, my Women Wanting More master classes, courses, programs, coaching. So you make sure to head over to Dr. Karen Osborn, it's osburn.com, enter your name and email, and I will get you hooked up on that Women Wanting More sisterhood and tribe today. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.